Hey, welcome. My name is Daniel, and this is Metal Sharpens Metal, the place where we analyze heavy music from a Christian worldview, and where we also get more shelves. More. Always more. But I promise I'm done now. This is everything that I wanted to have on there. I think I like having books on the shelves because then it makes me want to read them more. I look at them more and I remember them. So
read it. I own it. But no, I have not read it.
today we're going to go listen to Apollo by Crystal Lake. They are a Japanese metal band. They are really cool. They've been around a lot longer than you would expect. When I was looking up something, that 2002 is when they formed. Wild. This song was only 6 years old, so it's definitely modern and super cool, super catchy. I think you're going to like it. Let's go check it out. Kind of old school Asian music vibes here. That's a little bit more modern though. Yes. Their drummer's a sleeper. He's faster than you think. Ah! Those screams with some tone in them. Yeah, their guitar tone is nutty too. It's just chonky. Man. Oh, Rio. Man. Imagine having this at your next 8-year-old laser tag birthday party. Really cool post-chorus. Just kind of ties it back together, but they're not done being heavy. They're here to remind you. Ah! Jeez. Rio's another one of those guys who sounds like 5 different vocalists. I'm not usually a fan of these kind of rap rock sections, but I like the harmony there. Big open, kind of slower feeling chorus. Yeah, back into the normal one. Nice. He's doing the spin move. Oh man. That gets me so amped up. Got that intro riff back in there. Bands do not think about the outro enough. You got, discussion of the moon landing in the background. Great sample. It's just, the outro can really tie together a song and let you have kind of that resolution, I love this. And love that vocal line. Kind of sounds like they were doing the synths with vocals. Super cool scenery. That never hurts. Man. A very good song. So what did you think? Did anyone not like that song when it came out? We'll talk about the rap rock section in the middle that, whatever. It's not my favorite either. I mean, maybe some people really do like it, but even in spite of that, I love the song. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with, there's almost nothing wrong with the song. And I enjoy music videos like this that help invigorate the corneas as well. So their lead vocalist is Ryo Kinoshita, and he is a monster, like I said. I made a joke in the Ghost Inside video that I did a while back that a lot of people try to emulate Jonathan's vocals because he is just like classic, iconic metalcore, hardcore, kind of that hybrid. And I think Ryo does the same thing. He did a video recently too where he had written an Architect style song with Nick Nocturnal, and he sounded exactly like Sam Carter. So the guy is a chameleon. And Ryo is one of those vocalists with so much intensity in his voice. And I mentioned he sounds like 5 different dudes. Now, he's actually not their current vocalist. That he left the band a year or 2 ago, something like that. I actually heard in an interview that he left the band because he was just feeling overwhelmed by everything. Like, he had some mental stuff going on. It was hard to be in a full-time touring band and trying to be on the road and do all that stuff. So, and I get that too. Like, being an introvert myself, going and traveling and visiting people and performing for them all the time would be exhausting. All right, let's jump into some lyrics here. So I mentioned at the end that Apollo sample where they were talking about the Apollo landing safely on the moon. So clearly the song was pointing to that with the title Like Apollo and talking about some space travel stuff. I think there is another layer to it though, and we're going to get into that. I'm going to kind of take you through it though in how I first was interpreting it as I was preparing for this video. So we made from nothing. I mean, that sounds like humans building from nothing. We can discuss that more later too, especially from a Christian worldview, but humans building from nothing into, now all of a sudden we sent a flippin' spaceship to the moon, right? That's a big thing. And we're taking over Earth and beyond the skies, like human dominion type stuff. Very cool. Show me a sign, you down to ride. So I guess space travel is just as casual as like hopping the train and going into town now.
Well, it feels good.
For progression, we stay alive because we need the pain. Sure, yeah, it can be suffering to try to progress and make yourself better. And then he says that for progression line the second time with the tone. He's like, yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, we get themes of space, time, and sync. My life intertwines and desires, my desires in sonic speed, lift from the ground, blasting off, much higher and higher we go. It sounds at its face like a space travel song, a moon landing song. It's cool, right? Like, that's cool in and of itself. Not tons of people write specifically about that event, so that's great. But then you have this new section here, you'll never take me under, never gonna take me under, the actual chorus, right? Now, I know for a fact that many singers will write lines and choruses and other things with words that just sound good rolling off the tongue. Like, the syllables are fun to say. I think C.S. Lewis talked about how the word cellar door is the beautiful, most beautiful combo of words ever when you say it. And as a Brit, he would have said cellar door, and I don't know, whatever. I know that people write with that in mind sometimes of how would it sound to sing it, rather than the actual meaning of the words themselves. I was wondering, is that the case with this here? And we'll talk about that later. The short answer is no, I don't think that's what he was doing here. Yeah, this is the first indication that it's not just about space travel in my mind. Because, the other thing to keep in mind is he says you, right? Like, that means that there's another character in this story. It's not just a man blasting off to the moon by himself. So that's something to pay attention to. And, just touching briefly on verse 2, he says, now forever will live forever. So it kind of sounds like it's going back to the humanist view of like just, progressing scientifically through all of life's problems. And then I want to know if there's more to this. Oh, now we're getting philosophical. I thought we were just bringing dinosaurs back from the dead and flying to the moon with no consequences. But he's clearly indicating that I want to know if there's something deeper than just scientific expansion and stuff like that. And then in this second chorus that's longer, he says, now we're falling down to nowhere. That doesn't sound great, falling to nowhere. When there's looking at, is there more to this? And then all this blasting off and this stuff that seemed positive, now we're falling back from that and we need to maybe deal with something else. So there's definitely something else going on here. And then the breakdown with those awesome lines, the universe ain't big enough for all of us. Open the sky. Super cool call out, very hard. But again, he's saying us, right? He's talking to someone. He might be just talking about humanity as a whole. And yeah, we just want to get away from Earth because this Earth is overcrowded and overinhabited. It's not, by the way. Look it up. Not even conspiracy theory. This is just normal stuff now. But I figured, maybe that could be the on the surface meaning. But I think there's, again, a layer to it. The rap rock stuff, taste of our past, left in the future, view from the sky, I'm the rainmaker. I mean, okay, like that style can be really cringy to me because it's like full of lines where you're trying to convince someone that you are cool. And everybody knows when you have to convince someone you're cool, you're not cool. Like it's just painful for everyone. So I know I've got some friends out there who enjoy the cringe way too much. You know who I'm talking to. Whatever. It was a quick part of the song. I'm not going to get hung up on it. So my takes aside, this part kind of built into this where he says, see beyond what you're supposed to, and who is ever going to find me when gravity breaks away. And that, again, kind of when you think about the layer to this, we're going to get into what that might mean of trying to escape gravity, not just for the sake of space travel, but for the sake of something else as well. So again, the on the nose meaning is I push limit, I go space, and maybe there's nothing more to it than that. But you've got things like you referencing someone else. You've got, who is ever going to find me? Are you afraid of being found? All you're trying to do is go to the moon, right? Like you're not afraid of anything. Well, what if all of that points to him trying to escape a problem, whether that's internal, external, a person in his life, thoughts in his mind, whatever it is. Like, I mean, we've gone through so many songs here of people dealing with their problems in the music and writing lyrics about it, trying to process it, trying to understand it. This is not a Christian band, but as a Christian, like we absolutely see that there is a human condition. There are problems with humanity. People try to flee from them. People try to ignore them. They sear their conscience. They do all these things. And I think Rio is actually touching right on that. Even the people who kind of bury themselves in their work and do all this really good work, advance their career, advance humanity's purposes even, might be doing that just to cover up pain that's inside and not think about it. It might not always look the same. It might sometimes build slowly and then explode dramatically and you lose your job, your family, or sometimes it just ends quietly, like, Rio leaving Crystal Lake. That was probably a healthy way for him to address this and start addressing it. And then obviously I, as a Christian, would say to him, he needs to go to Jesus, the source of how we can be made right mentally. Because as Christians, we are told not to run from our problems. We are told to cast our worries on the Lord. The Spirit even intercedes for us with groanings too deep to understand. When we don't know how to pray for ourselves, the Holy Spirit can pray for us in that sense. So the Lord is here to take care of us. The Lord is the one that we need to submit to and humbly come to because he loves us. So yeah, I hope if you have unresolved issues in your life like this, that you would hear those words and understand kind of where I'm coming from. And I hope that the band would ultimately see that as well. That is kind of our prayer here for everyone who is not in a Christian band. So I hope you enjoyed this analysis. I hope you enjoyed the epic song, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye. You like Voddie? That's Voddie. This is good Voddie. There's also bad Voddie, but I don't have a shirt of him yet. I haven't seen a picture of him. And we probably just don't want to go there. So yeah, good Voddie. Good Voddie is good. Okay. Bye.